JBNN, we keep you informed. I am Michelle Jones, and in the news, two schoolboys among four nabbed in alleged Portmore robbery. Swift action by the police led to the arrest of 4 people, including 2 schoolboys, on suspicion of robbery in Portmore, St. Catherine on Friday night. Reports are that about 9:20 p.m., a couple was walking along the Brent Main Road when the 4 alighted from a motor car and allegedly robbed them of cash, cell phones, and other items. The police were alerted, and the St. Catherine South Police Quick Response Team responded and intercepted the getaway car. Phones, cash, and other items were reportedly recovered. While conducting preliminary checks, it was revealed that 2 of the alleged robbers are high school students, both said to be 15 years old. They, along with 2 adult men, remain in police custody. Meanwhile, Superintendent Upton Nicholson has insisted that the police will continue their offensive against criminality within the division. He appealed for members of the public to continue to support their operations. Westmoreland man shot and injured while celebrating birthday. A man is said to be in serious condition in hospital after he was shot multiple times at Truro District, Burn Savannah in Westmoreland, while he was celebrating his birthday on Friday night. Reports from the police saw that the injured man was at a shop with other persons celebrating his birthday when he was shot. He was reportedly standing along the roadway when he was approached by a man armed with a handgun, who opened gunfire, hitting him in his left and right thigh, left hand, and left side. He was transported to the Savannah Public General Hospital by a relative, where he is admitted in a serious condition. Investigations are ongoing. 2 men shot, 1 fatally in Manchester. 2 men were shot, 1 fatally, at Elliston District in Manchester on Friday afternoon. Preliminary reports are that about 1 p.m., residents heard loud explosions. Shortly after, the men were found at a remote section of the community, suffering from gunshot wounds. They were rushed to hospital, where 1 man was pronounced dead and the other man admitted. A police source said that detectives theorized that the men were involved in a ganja deal, which went wrong. This latest incident follows Thursday night's fatal stabbing of a man in a dispute in 3 chains, reportedly over $400. Man shot and killed on Norman Manley Boulevard in Negril. A man was shot dead on a section of Norman Manley Boulevard in Negril, Westmoreland, on Friday night. The incident happened at 11:50 p.m. The deceased has been identified as 40-year-old Nicole Smith, a laborer of White Road, Denby, Clarendon. Smith was staying at a cottage on Norman Manley Boulevard in the resort town. Reports from the police saw that Smith was standing along the roadway when 2 men rode up on a motorcycle. The pillion brandished a firearm and opened gunfire, hitting him all over his body. The men then escaped on the same motorcycle in the direction of the Negril town center. According to the report, Smith ran into a yard where he later collapsed. The police were summoned on their arrival. The now deceased was seen lying motionless on his back in a pool of blood with what appeared to be gunshot wounds to the upper body. He was transported to the Savannah Public General Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. Investigations are ongoing. TCI police arrest a Jamaican man believed to be connected to gang violence. The Turks and Caicos Islands police believe they have in custody a Jamaican man involved in recent gang-related criminal activities that have been plaguing the territory. Andre de Souza, 31, who was out on bail for 2 offenses, was on Monday charged after he was held with an illegal gun and ammunition. He was arrested on October 6 by a police team which intercepted a car he was driving on Airport Road. According to TCI Media, the police are probing whether de Souza is linked to other criminal activities. De Souza is also awaiting trial on charges of overstaying and unlawful and malicious wounding stemming from an incident in August 2020. He was first remanded to prison on the charges, but was later granted bail. The Jamaican government and police force are reportedly coordinating with the Turks and Caicos government after the TCI authorities said a Jamaican gang was behind an increase in murders there. The statement out of the TCI was strongly criticized by Jamaica's Foreign Affairs Minister Kamina Johnson-Smith, who argued that it unfairly placed a spotlight on law-abiding Jamaicans residing in the British Overseas Territory. 7 other people suspected to be involved in the gang-related crime wave in the TCI were arrested earlier this week. On Tuesday, dozens of officers, including newly sworn-in constables from the Royal Bahamas Police Force and tactical teams, descended on areas where gang killings and violence have erupted. The multi-pronged approach, dubbed Operation Anaconda, forms part of the Royal Turks and Caicos Islands Police Force's pushback against gang wars and wanton bloodshed, which have created an atmosphere of fear in the territory in recent months. The police operation was executed in Dockyard and Providenciales. According to a statement from the police, The coordinated operation saw items related to potential gang violence, including ammunition, seized. Indicom probe in Kingston woman's death. The Independent Commission of Investigations, Indicom, on Thursday said it was investigating the extent of the involvement of police officers in the death of Kelia Bryce, who the police say was shot in the head and thrown from a moving car during a chase in Franklin Town, Kingston, on Tuesday. Specifically, we're trying to find out if the responding police officers fired at the moving vehicle during the chase and if the gunshot injury to the lady can be attributed to the police, Indicom's Commissioner Hugh Faulkner said. Bryce, 29, was reportedly on her way to work when the incident occurred around 10:15 a.m. along Cumberland Road. Faulkner also stated that the incident was not reported to or processed by the team and that the lawmen denied shooting at the vehicle. But notwithstanding that, the weapons of the responding officers will be submitted to the forensic lab for testing, and the ballistic results from that testing will gather further actions in this matter, Faulkner said. The police's corporate communications unit said that Bryce was seen tumbling from the right rear door of a Great Toyota Pro Box with a wound to her head. She was taken to the hospital, where she was pronounced dead. The cops also reported that the driver of the vehicle ignored a stop signal at the intersection of Upper King Street and North Parade in downtown Kingston, which subsequently led to the chase. Man accused of shooting at police charged after being held at airport. A man who fled Jamaica after firing at the police 2 years ago was taken into custody after arriving at the Norman Manley International Airport. The police say 26-year-old Akeem Thomas of Peyton Place in Kingston was arrested last month. It's reported that on March 23, 2020, lawmen were on an operation when they approached Thomas's house. Thomas and two men reportedly opened fire at the police team before fleeing. Two high-powered weapons, a shotgun and an M16 rifle, were seized during the operation. Thomas has been charged with shooting with intent and illegal possession of firearm and ammunition following an identification parade. Sinclair laments upside-down governance. Montego Bay North East Division Councillor Charles Sinclair is asserting that if adequate laws were in place to ensure law and order and strict enforcement being practiced over the years, the ongoing Operation Restore Paradise Police initiative in Montego Bay, St. James, would not have been needed. Sinclair, who is also a senator, made the declaration on Thursday during the St. James Municipal Corporation's monthly meeting in Montego Bay. We should not have even had to have Operation Restore Paradise. If every agency and body was doing what it was supposed to do, we would not have had a special Operation Restore Paradise, Sinclair said stoutly. Our legislators have taken on a different task, walking up and down and giving out care packages when they should be legislating, and social services must do what social services must do. Sinclair declared, as for governance in Jamaica, we have just turned it upside down. If we're doing the things we're supposed to do, we would not have Operation Restore Paradise. It would be paradise. His remarks came shortly after Senior Superintendent of Police Vernon Ellis, the commanding officer in charge of the St. James Police Division, presented the monthly police report and an update on Operation Restore Paradise. We are almost 2 months into the operation now, where we are receiving a level of success from this public order operation. In terms of compliance, we are seeing great levels of compliance from the public, and 42 persons have been arrested specifically around this operation, Ellis told the meeting. Also, 2,026 persons have been prosecuted for breaching the Road Traffic Act in various ways. 143 motor vehicles were seized and 130 persons were prosecuted via summonses in the space. The multi-agency push is doing extremely well, and I want to commend the municipal team for standing resolute in restoring public order, Ellis said, praising the efforts of agencies such as the National Solid Waste Management Authority, the National Environment and Planning Agency, the Public Health Services, and the Jamaica Fire Brigade. Operation Restore Paradise was launched on August 15 to bring order to the second city by curtailing illegal vending and indiscipline among motorists, among other public nuisances. It was originally intended to run over a 14-day period, but has since been extended. A similarly named law enforcement initiative had previously been launched in Montego Bay in 2019 during a time when St. James was under a state of emergency as part of police efforts to address the parish's spiraling crime rate. In the meantime, Montego Bay Mayor Leroy Williams praised the tireless efforts of the police in promoting order in the western city. Crime fighting in Jamaica is an arduous task. It is really a difficult task for law enforcement officers, but let me say Restore Paradise, or what some people refer to as a public order reset, it is working, said Williams. In sports news, star ball of the week is Joel Brown of St. George's College. Over the years, a lot of emphasis has been placed on balancing academics and sports. Many student athletes have done so successfully, but none more than Joel Brown, the St. George's College Manning Cup captain, who also happens to be head boy. It's a dual leadership role of tremendous proportions rarely seen in Jamaica, and Brown is relishing it. The decision-making and responsibilities, having both roles, is rather interesting and fun at the same time. It puts your critical thinking and communication skills to the test, Brown explained. This challenges me to be the best version of myself, and to also be that role model for my teammates and schoolmates to look up to, especially because I love making an impact, he shared. The talented player has 10 CSEC subjects in maths, biology, chemistry, physics, social studies, information technology, French, English Lit, and English language. He also has 5 CAPE subjects: biology, chemistry, physics, communication studies, and French. The balancing of academics and sports is not difficult if you are dedicated to the task at hand. This is where priorities come into play, said Brown. I set schedules so that I don't fall behind. I give 100% in school and 100% on the field. According to Public Relations and Communications Manager at Digicel, Elon Parkinson, Joel is an outstanding example to his peers and fellow student athletes. It demonstrates that with discipline and dedication, balance is possible when it comes to academics and extracurricular activities. We wish him all the best and encourage him to continue being an exceptional leader, team player, and student by always performing at his best on and off the field, said Parkinson. Brown, who wants to become a neurosurgeon or a biochemical engineer, and who also wants to excel in professional football overseas, has so far led St. George's College to the second round of the Manning Cup. The Light Blues are second in Zone A with 18 points, 3 behind Kingston College, and 7 ahead of Waterford High in 11 points, with 3 sets of games remaining. Brown believes his team can go far in the Manning Cup. The team is very determined and well together. The group consists of quality teams, but in God's will and team's determination, we'll come out of the group and have a good chance of winning the competition, he said. So far, St. George's College have won 6 of their 7 games, scoring an impressive 30 goals while conceding 7 times. Only Mona High, 45, Jamaica College, 44, and Kingston College, 37 have scored more goals. The countless hours the team puts in, the driving us to be successful, will set us apart from the rest, and I'm very much confident and beside my team in this year's journey, said Brown. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.